was considering dating this guy one time. So I went on Google search to Google him. Y'all, I found his criminal record. I found his LinkedIn. I found his current wife's information. It was ridiculous. It was crazy.
Wow.
I
just want to know, at what point does dating turn into like a full background check?
Welcome to Three Voices Unfiltered. We're your hosts,
Ranisha,
Teresa,
and Suzanne. And around here, nothing is off limits. We talk about everything, the real, the messy, the hilarious, and the inspiring. So let's get into it. No, seriously, we're doing full background checks now.
We're doing full background checks.
Yeah. You don't know what you're going to get until you go out there and look.
We need to talk about what we're finding when we are Googling these men, ladies.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
stories.
Yeah. So, don't you believe there's a difference between being curious and just being investigative?
Like stalking?
Yeah. No, investigative. Like,
okay, so that's a better word.
Stalking is.
It's stalking them in the end of the day, but we're investigating. Sure.
So, is there a difference when you're just being curious about their lives, or you really trying to find something?
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, and it technically can be both.
Okay, sure.
It could.
Yeah, maybe.
Because remember back in the day before Google and the internet, our investigating the guys that we liked was going to their friends or having our friend go to their friend and get us information. Remember?
Absolutely. Yes. We used, back in the day when I was dating, somebody always knew the person I liked.
Right.
So I could go talk to that person and say, hey, what do you think about so-and-so? And they'd be like, oh, I like him. He's a great guy.
Yes.
Yeah. And I felt comfortable.
And you get all the 411 from them.
You get all the 411 for your friends.
Yeah.
But that's not today's world. Today's world, everybody is doing online dating.
Yes.
And they're going to these different sites. So when you go into these different sites and you don't know who these people are and you don't have any friends that know who these people are,
Google them.
Then you got to Google them and you got to find out what's going on.
Or social media search them.
Yeah. And see what's going on.
So, ladies, quick question. Mm-hmm. When do you first decide to Google a person?
I'll do it when I first met them.
So you just meet them and you just want to Google them?
Sometimes.
Okay, so I'll tell you about I'll tell you about the last time I did it, all right? So I met this guy. I was coming out of the post office. He was going into the post office and he had my car. He had it was a Cadillac XT something, right?
Mm-hmm. Not literally, but her dream car, right?
Yeah. He had my dream car, you guys. And guess what? I got that car now today. But anyway, he had my dream car. And so I'm just like, hey, that's so nice. You're driving my dream car. And so we just started talking. So I said, it's okay. I gave him my phone number. Something interesting to do. I gave him my phone number. And he gave me his. And so, okay, that's fine. Well, the guy called me, had a decent conversation. And baby, before I even considered anything else after talking to the Lord, I Googled him.
That's right.
I wanted to know some things. I wanted to know something. I wanted to know some things before I even considered spending time with you.
Yeah.
Because my time is precious.
Because it's scary nowadays. And since we have the resources, why not? That's why I look at it. I want to know,
Teresa, from your story, when you Googled him, what did you find? I
know one thing I found was that this person was married 4 times. And I found out he was like way older than me.
Oh.
And but that kind of didn't deter me at first. It was other things that happened why I didn't pursue that relationship. But it didn't deter me from going out on that first date with that person.
Okay. Right. So you didn't find anything too
I didn't find
crazy.
Anything crazy, no.
But you were looking.
I looked.
Suzanne, what about you? When you first Googled a person, what was your motive and what did you find?
First of all, I want to find out if there's any newspapers that have their name on them.
Okay.
That they're not some type of serial killer or domestic violence abuser or just anything that comes up right away.
That's right. That's that
Because
criminal.
I have this story. I wasn't dating. I met this person at a festival one time. And I was married. He was married. It wasn't anything like that. He seemed like a very nice guy. So we were neighbors at an event. Our tents were next to each other. And I thought he was a political guy. And I'm like, this is a really interesting person. This is really cool. So I thought he was a really nice guy. And I was like, this is pretty interesting. Fast forward, I don't know, months later, this person was on the news because of indecent
oh boy,
what's the saying? Liberties with a minor and in child pornography.
Ooh.
So tell me, if you in the future getting ready to date this person and you don't know that, the only way to find out is to Google them. So yes, I would Google someone in a minute.
That's interesting. I've never Googled someone, but I'll look up their Facebook profile.
I do that too. Or done that. I'm married
and just
now. I don't do that
kind of go
anymore.
through their photos and see, like you said, the ex-wives, the girlfriends. You know what I look for on a Facebook profile? How many women do they have as friends?
And how they interact with those women.
Yeah. Like, if you got a profile and it's a bunch of women and no men, I'm like, that's a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, what are you posting?
Yes.
Are you sharing like
that's a good one,
color,
actually.
Just disgusting things?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Are you sharing things politically that I don't agree with? Like, what are you sharing? Are you just dirty?
You can really find someone's character
on their social media. Absolutely.
And that is a great, because when I met John, I didn't have Facebook. It was in 2009 when I got Facebook, and we got it at the same time. So I couldn't look at his. But John doesn't post anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I wouldn't have been able to find anything anyway. But I didn't Google him. I don't think I had the idea of Googling him either. But we did do other kinds of investigative things together.
Mm-hmm. That's important.
One thing I did too, I would go on dating sites and Google the person to see if they have a lot of dating profiles.
Oh my gosh, that happened to me.
Yeah.
So before I met John, I was talking to this really good looking guy that for some reason could never talk to me on FaceTime or could never call me on the phone. Yep. And I was like, something's just off. He was always like in Europe and just little red flags.
Yeah. I remember.
So I started looking at something triggered me. I don't know what it was. And I started looking at other sites. Same picture, different names.
Ooh.
I remember his name was Michael.
And you did that before before ChatGPT, where you could put the picture in and say, find this person.
Yes.
And
he was one of those scammy. That was probably a stock photo from someone and it wasn't even him.
That happened to me.
But that did happen to me. And I wish I would have been able to. And that's when I started using Google to find out who is this. And
I remember that, Suzanne. I remember that as clear as day because you kept saying something is not right.
Something is not right.
And I remember it was me, you, and Michelle, and we were going through whatever we were going through, and come to find out, we found out this information.
Wow. I don't remember if he asked me for money or something came up that I was like, I don't know about this. But I'm like you said in another episode, I'm a broke single mom. I don't have any money to give anybody.
My guy asked me that. But I dated this guy very briefly when I moved to Raleigh. You guys remember when I moved to Raleigh? I moved to Raleigh and I was on this weird dating site and met he was a twin, which I thought was really weird. Like I don't want to date somebody that looks like you.
It's interesting. I mean, yeah, because have you heard of stories of twins tricking you?
Yeah, but thank God his brother had a missing tooth so I could tell them apart. So I met Lonnie and Ronnie. So weird. Anyway, I found out I didn't Google him right away, but I started putting some things together that were weird. And I found he had a mugshot, y'all. He spent 10 years in prison for armed robbery.
Wow.
After that, I'm like, and he was like, call me. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll call you later. And I just started avoiding him. We never talked again. Like, I probably shouldn't have said his name.
So let me ask you this. If he had disclosed from the beginning, hey, I'm going to tell you something just in case you decide to look me up. I was charged with armed robbery, served my time, learned my lesson, whatever. Would that have made a difference?
I don't know, because I'm like, this is armed robbery. But he did tell me the story after I confronted him some weeks later. He was like, I was a kid. Like,
and that can happen 16 and they make a mistake. He said I was a kid.
I was literally 19 years old. I was hanging with people.
Yeah.
He told me the whole spiel, and he was like, and I had to serve 10 years.
See?
I was like, oh.
That can happen.
I mean, and people change.
Yeah.
People change.
Yeah.
And you have to have some type of discernment because, and I believe in this too, if that person is for you, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? That's why you got to trust God. You know, you got to seek God when you're out here doing these things,
dating these people.
But I think that it should be an absolute requirement
to Google someone.
Because you can Google me. I don't have nothing to hide.
Yeah, Google me.
You can Google me. You know, that's fine.
That's a song called Google Me, Baby. So there's some red flags, mugshots, criminal records. Big red flag. It's a big red flag. Secret relationships. I also found out this man had a girlfriend. And he went missing for a couple of days. And he was on a cruise with her.
See, we talked about that in a couple episodes ago about boyfriends or partners disappearing.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Ghostlighting, our episode title.
Yeah, ghostlighting.
And they disappear and then come back like nothing happened.
He was on a cruise. Job titles that don't match what they tell you.
Oh.
So he says he's a businessman. He works on Wall Street and he works at McDonald's. That's a big job title discrepancy.
He could be the manager of McDonald's.
But he didn't tell me. So now
I'm a businessman.
He says you're busy. I'm a businessman. So
anybody that tells me they're a businessman but don't tell me that would be suspicious from the beginning. Yeah. What kind of business? I mean, it could be the drug business. It could be the internal organ selling business. Like, what kind of business are you working for? Tell me.
Right. Tell me. Another thing, like Teresa mentioned, age inconsistencies, where this person is trying to pretend that they're this age, but they're really not. And you can tell based on whitepages.com. You know, whitepages.com is one that I used to look in at people. Yeah. I didn't Google, but I always would look people up in whitepages.com. Too good to be true profiles. Profile picture. I talked to a guy for a long time that I never saw. He would never FaceTime, like you said. He would never, want to go on Zoom. I think it was Skype back then. Skype. He never wanted to do Skype. I was like, that was weird. I don't know why. So those are some natural red flags that really, I think, could uncover your dealings with somebody else. Could be a creep.
They're sus.
Yeah, they're sus.
Okay, Suzanne.
Enough from John. Okay, Suzanne. John told me that.
I know, they're sus. Okay. But how many of you, when you Google, you saw the red flag and you still decided to go out? Or was that just...
Oh, no. Well, the one example of the guy, we were done. That was it. I'm like, I actually try to alert other women, reported it to the dating site because it was, if he's doing it to me, he's doing it to who know how many other women that are more gullible than I am. And I don't know what they're, So yeah, I did. I reported it.
Yeah, but I haven't had that experience. So.
Okay. You reported the guy being like a fake...
To all the dating sites that I found him on.
Yeah, because I feel like she has a responsibility. You know what I mean? So it won't happen to somebody else.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
But is there a line that we should draw with Google? Like, is there something that's too far when you're researching someone that you might be interested in? Are we checking their mama's page? Are we are we looking for their baby mama, their ex-wives? Are we all on their page? Are we sending them notes and messages?
Oh my goodness, I've never done that.
Is it too far? Like, are we allowing the person to speak for themselves before we even, we're not allowing them to speak for themselves before we find out all this information? Like, what are we doing here?
I think there's a boundary. There's a boundary, yes. Like, I can investigate it, and unless I find something that's totally off, I may not say anything, but I'm alert. Now I know, and I'm paying attention.
You rather know?
Paying attention. I'd rather know.
Have you ever Googled someone and regretted that you Googled them?
No.
Okay, so it's all fair in love and Google.
Yeah. It's all fair in love and Google.
And you guys said, how many days do you Google? How many? What's the length of time before the date? You Google?
Before the date.
Before the date.
See what you can find out like before the date, because
we're hard.
If it's clear, that this person has a crazy criminal record or whatever you find that could be a deal breaker for you, you want to know right then and there. All right. You want to know right then and there. You make a decision. You know, I don't even want to go out with you.
I never Google.
I'll Google people that are dating people I know.
Ooh.
I Googled one time Kevin was dating this girl. He wouldn't tell me who she was. He didn't want me to know. I don't know what. But little by little, what's that called? Social engineering. Mm-hmm. He would drop me little things. Oh, so-and-so ran at this marathon hilarious. Saturday. Oh, yeah. She has a meeting because she's a teacher. I found her. And I told
You're good.
I'm good. I pay attention to everything that people tell me. Yeah. And I told him, and he was working as a public defender then, and he told his friends, and they're like, "We need to hire your mom."
Yeah, that's good.
As an investigator, because I want to know who's dating my son. Like, sorry, and I didn't do that for every girlfriend, but that one, because he was so mysterious about it, I wanted to know.
I will tell you this, Renisha, seriously, all joking aside, because you guys are married, so y'all not even get out this conversation.
I didn't Google Ralph though. I never Googled him.
But anyway, so what I would say is, yes, I will Google a person after meeting them. Mm-hmm. I will Google them.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. But I will it will have to be something that's a deal breaker for me not to go on, a first date with them. And then you already know what I said in the episode. Yeah. I don't want to go to dinner with you, really. I don't want to do, I'm not going to no movies. I'm not doing none of that, okay? I will meet you in the daytime, to go, for coffee. And just have the conversations. And I wouldn't be so upfront in that first date either to ask a whole lot of like real personal questions. Yeah,
not in the first
I would
day,
ask some general questions, because you can ask general questions and get some answers to, that will help you identify that person's character and stuff like that. And that takes time, but that's not about. That's going a little bit beyond the Googling. But yes, I would say investigate that person first. Just be.
Isn't it sad though that we're in a time that we feel we have to do that?
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing,
because I think about people like older people in my family. If they would have had Google back in the day, they would not have married this person.
That's why the song Papa was a Rolling Stone. He could have a family over here in Greenville, a family in Grifton, and a family in Winterville, and nobody knew it.
Nobody knows,
because there was no Google.
Yeah, and I like Googling too, because it's like I wouldn't be able to say, well, I didn't know.
That's
I didn't know. I mean, I can make a choice, because I like choices. I don't want nobody making a choice for me. I like choices.
I'm gonna ask you guys if this is too far. I was dating a guy. I created a fake Facebook page.
I've done that.
I still have this. This is my little what is it called? I just stalk people with this page. I still have it to this day. I don't use it all the time. And I sent him a friend request, this guy I was dating, because I was like, you were
suspicious about something. Yeah.
We were quote unquote engaged to be married. And I already knew, I'm like, he's off. He just seems off to me. So I sent him a friend request. I'm like, let me see if he accepts a request from a random.
Right.
He did immediately. Then I sent him a note. I was like, hey, handsome. He's having a full-on conversation with me. Guess what? I'm sitting in the room with him.
Oh.
He's in the kitchen. I'm in the living room, and I'm texting him. And I was like, what are you doing on your phone? It's like, oh, just playing a game.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. But he was talking to me. And I was like, oh, okay, I would love to see you out. He's like, I'm DJing next week. You should come.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. See? But
I had an inclination.
Yeah, you had a feeling.
But was that too far? Was I going too far with that? Teresa?
No, that's not any worse than when back in the day. I don't know if any of you did it. I would get in your car and go follow them and see where they're going.
Oh, I guess that's about the same. I
is.
saved on gas.
Did you do that?
No.
She just
No.
She's giving me the face of.
Like, let me see what they're
She's
doing.
giving the face of no.
Psycho stalker. Look, it doesn't happen unless there's reason to do it.
I did that to
And that's
another
the key.
person. I was married to this person at this time. And he accepted the friend request, but I was sending memes and pictures and hearts. And
what's
he
the
ignored
word?
it.
You are
What?
when you're fishing.
Oh yeah, I was fishing.
Yeah,
I was fishing. He didn't do anything. He didn't respond.
Good.
I was like, good
He
job.
passed.
Good
That's
job.
right.
I'll stay with you another 3 days.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but sometimes you get these little red flags or these little feelings and they're denying it, but you know better. And the only way to find out is to just research.
But I'm asking you, you said no. Teresa, is that too much?
Let's just put it like this. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
You would just let it go? Or would you
No, she's talking about creating this a fake profile.
Idea.
I wouldn't do that. No. I wouldn't.
Would you get in a car and follow them? Or
No.
something?
That's what our moms did, like mothers and aunties. I remember being in the car all the time with my auntie going to find her husband. Like, that was nothing.
Oh my gosh. That's what we did. I remember.
That's what we did.
Or sneak in.
Yeah.
See, what are they doing?
Yes.
Okay.
She's unbothered by that. But yeah, Google. Let's do some Google. Let's do some Google protocol,
funny.
y'all.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Full names, images, LinkedIn profiles. That lets you know they have a real job.
Yeah.
Court records.
That's
I've
important.
never done.
I've never done it.
That's important. See,
That's
to me,
more important.
That's important to me.
Yeah.
I want to know if you're a criminal, and
Yeah.
then I want to know because
Yeah.
is it drugs? Okay.
Yeah.
Will I be more lenient to say, okay, this person was selling drugs?
Yeah.
All right, as opposed to this person sexually abused somebody.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
If they're
I wanna know.
registered,
Sex
Sex
offender.
offender.
I
Yeah,
have checked.
that's huge.
I have
Yeah.
checked my neighbors on
Yeah.
this registered sex offender list.
That's what I would
have
say
done
for
that.
selling.
I
When you
did-
buy a house,
okay.
I've done
I
that.
did that one time,
You
and it was
did?
somebody that I worked with. Her husband was on that
Ooh.
list.
that's bad.
I never said anything to her,
That's bad.
and they're not together to this day.
Mhm.
But I never said anything to her.
Yeah,
She
I've done
finally
that.
left him.
I want to know who my neighbors are.
I can't do this for my my clients, but it's something that everybody who purchases a new home somewhere
should do.
You should do that. You
Yeah.
should definitely search to see
Yes.
if your neighbors are registered offenders.
Okay.
Social media searches. I do this all the time.
I do
Not
that.
just his page, but the mama, the ex-girlfriend, the mother's the daughter's mother.
I want to know. Like if
the
people
friends, the best
Yeah.
friends.
you check one and then you see what that and let me see this one. You go to that one and then you go to the next one.
Yeah,
And the next
like
one.
you see if they're talking to this person a lot. I'm like, okay, let me click on their page and see what
Okay,
they're...
guess what? This is what I'm going to do. The next
What?
person I'm interested in dating, I'm calling Suzanne.
Suzanne.
And I'm going to say, Suzanne,
Uh-huh.
listen. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to let
Suzanne's
her
good.
get
That's good. Like,
look at her. She's excited, you know?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see what we
Suzanne
can
did
find
this. She did the reverse image search to find out that guy had an image on a lot of different things, right?
I did not do the reverse image.
Okay.
Then I just started going to different sites
And saw that image.
and would look at that because he had certain names that he was using,
Mm-hmm.
and I would look for those names. He may have been in a bunch more if I done the
Yeah.
reverse image.
That happened to me.
But you can do the reverse image now. Put it on Google
You can do the
Lens.
reverse. So we just gave you 5 Google protocols to find out who you're dating or who you might be interested in dating. It's important. So, ladies, let's end with this. We're not FBI agents, but
But we can be.
we can be, and we're not walking into anything blindly.
And that's we've been laughing and all of that, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's for safety. There have been so many crimes committed to people that have been online dating, or even people that you meet at the grocery store or at work. Like, things happen. So we have the resources now to check them out. Why not?
That's right. It's not about trying to find or pin something on someone. It's just trying to pay attention to things that you do find.
That's
and
right.
Be aware.
Right.
You can choose to say do nothing, or you can just put it in your pocket. It depends on what it is. But ladies, quick takeaway about Googling.
I would say if you have children and you bring in a partner into your home, that's important. And I remember growing up, my grandma was like very adamant about children should not have step parents because step parents blank and blank. And that's her
true.
old fashioned way of thinking. Yeah. But nowadays you can research that. It can go either way. It could be a female or a male that might abuse your children. So if you have children and you're dating, you need to Google that partner.
And my takeaway is simply what I've been saying this whole time is I don't see anything wrong with it. Investigate. And investigate to where you feel comfortable. You want to feel comfortable, going on that first date. Because I believe in doing it before you even go on the first date.
So that...
People, we're not dating them.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, seriously.
And Google me, like you said. I should have an alert. If you Google me, I know I get an alert.
Really? I'm going to Google you. Let's see.
I'll get an email.
And that's it. I want you guys to drop your wildest Google search.
Oh my gosh,
what did you find when you Googled a person? Put it in the chat. In the comments. You don't have to say names. Share this episode with a friend who needs to start doing her own Googling.
Yeah.
And also make sure you subscribe to our more unfiltered discussion and moments from us. So
that's it. We'll catch you next week. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Do us a big favor and hit that like button, share this episode, and subscribe.